The Mongols were a nightmare that no one could stop. And then, in 1260, something unthinkable happened. At a place called Ain Jalut, a tiny force of Mamluk warriors faced the Mongol horde and won. This is the battle that shocked the world, changed history forever, and proved the Mongols were not invincible. By the mid-13th century, the Mongols had become the terror of the known world. From the steppes of Mongolia, Genghis Khan's descendants carved out the largest land empire in human history. In 1258, they stormed Baghdad, the jewel of the Islamic world, killing perhaps 200,000 people and ending the Abbasid Caliphate in a single week. Cities that resisted, like Nishapur and Merv, were erased, their populations massacred almost to the last person. To the west, nothing stood in their way. Muslim chroniclers described them as locusts sent by God, a plague of horsemen who could not be stopped. The Mongols now threatened the last independent Muslim power in the region, the Mamluks of Egypt. The word Mamluk means owned. They were slave soldiers taken as boys from the Turkic and Circassian steppes, raised in strict military schools and trained to fight with absolute loyalty. They were fierce horsemen, expert in archery and bound together by a brotherhood forged in hardship. Many had once been slaves, but in Egypt they rose to seize power for themselves. By 1250 they had overthrown their masters and ruled Egypt outright. Now it was these former slaves who stood between the Mongols and the rest of the Muslim world. Part 3, the road to Ain Jalut. After destroying Baghdad, the Mongols sent armies into Syria. Aleppo fell, Damascus surrendered, and soon the Mongols were camped at the edge of Palestine. The Mongol general left in charge was Kitbuka, a hardened commander of Nestorian Christian background. Hulagu Khan, the Mongol prince who had led the conquest, had returned east to deal with succession disputes, taking most of his forces with him. Kitbuka was left with a smaller army, but it was still deadly, still Mongol. The Mamluk Sultan, Qutuz, knew this was his only chance. If he waited, Hulagu would return with reinforcements, and Egypt would be next. If he struck now, maybe, just maybe, the Mongols could be stopped. On September 3, 1260, the two armies met in the Jezreel Valley of modern-day Israel, near a spring called Ain Jalut, the Spring of Goliath. The Mamluks had perhaps 20,000